Hello, this is Fabrizio.
Marco.
Gabriel.
Welcome to Culture Worldwide. In this episode, we will be covering the past Champions League and Europa League matches.
As well as previewing the upcoming matches of Serie A on the weekend.
And discussing the entertaining game between AC Milan and Napoli.
Alright, guys, so first off is that very entertaining game. What a display. This shows, I think, Serie A at its peak. Because I was watching the City Bayern game, which we'll talk about later. But, and at first I was like, Serie A, you just don't see that. Could we compete with these guys? But I think the Napoli-Milan game really showed that. It had everything you could want in a match. Flicks, step-overs, goals, just great defending. It was a great show.
No, I agree. I think it was a whole different game than the past game, the 4-0 that Milan won. It was a whole different game. Napoli was actually playing well in the first half. They got unlucky in the second half, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, they came out on fire.
Yeah.
I felt like I agree with most of what you said, but I also disagree a bit. I feel like the fire of the first half went out a bit in the second half.
It did.
Well, it went out in the second half because Milan decided to play the typical Serie A and conserve and preserve that formation. But it worked.
But what about that red card? The red card played a huge
part. The red card was ridiculous.
No, it was. It was. First of all, Krava got fouled.
Yeah, he got
2
fouled.
minutes before. Then that foul that Anguissa had to commit, of course, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a red, but...
I agree.
That's crazy.
That wasn't a yellow, in my opinion.
No.
It wasn't a yellow. That whole sequence, the ref screwed the game, really.
No, of course.
And he screwed it for Napoli, too, because next leg they'll be playing without two players, one of them Kim Young-jae.
Two big misses.
Yes.
Huge misses.
And
Anguissa.
And that second half is, most people critique Serie A about the tie formation, the defending, the setting back, and I'm one of those people who critique that. But hey, it's been working clearly because
every team in Serie A is doing
it's ugly style of play, but it's been working. I mean,
for most teams,
pretty much every team
Roma.
has one like that.
For most teams.
Well, that's another thing that I want to get into. Well,
But let's
that
talk
later.
about the first goal.
Yeah. Let's talk about the first goal.
So, what I saw, first of all, Brahim Diaz
What a player.
has been Milan's best player since after the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
It's, speaking to our friend Matteo, who's a Milan fan, he even says Brahim's turned into a different player. And you could see that reliance on Leao and Giroud is a little bit tamed off.
They don't rely
now.
on Giroud at all.
Nah, come
I mean,
on.
we discuss this every week, but let's be real.
They rely on Giroud and
They
Leao.
could do without him. That's not relying.
I don't think so.
I think they can do
He's
without
very
Giroud,
important.
too.
He's very important.
They could do without Giroud, and he's very important.
Rebic came
ever
on.
since we've had this discussion a few episodes ago. He still hasn't shown.
You ask
that
any
he's important.
AC Milan fan, would they be better without Giroud? Can they replace him right now? They would say
That's
no.
more biased. That's more
No,
love.
it's because
they'll be
it's
better
true.
off.
Giroud does things.
Listen.
No, don't cut me
Wait,
off. Giroud does things on the ball, even without scoring a goal. That is very important to the team.
All right, I feel like you're just saying this just to counter me because it's clear with eyes. If you have eyes, you could see that Milan would be nothing without players like Brahim Diaz, who's underrated, who's showing it, Leao, Theo. But Giroud, come on, man. They could do without Giroud.
I'm in the middle of both of you.
Marco,
I
what do
agree
you
with both
think?
of you. Listen. I think you're overhyping him, but you're also underrating him. Yes,
I'm not
he's in the
underrating
middle of both. He does a lot for the team, but I still think without him, they would do well.
I didn't say he was bad. I'm
that's
saying
what I
he's
feel
not
like.
a key player, and without him, he'll do bad.
Yeah,
but
but I'm in the
God
middle.
thinks he's this masterclass player that they need to rely.
He
They could
is.
do without him.
He is a master.
That's not true.
Player. He's a
That's
world
just not
champion.
true.
He's a world champion. He's a Europa League and Champions League winner. He's won every title he won the Prem.
Okay.
No, has he won the Prem? No, he hasn't. No,
Yeah.
he's come close though.
Okay.
But he's won so many titles, and he just does so much for the team.
Okay, but that was in
they
the
need-
past. This matters
No,
now.
right
this
now-
Right now,
if you
he's a
watch the
fossil.
game-
He's a
Nah,
fossil.
nah,
he's
he's not a
old.
fossil.
He can't
Nah.
nearly do as much as those things.
He's better than
You're
Vlahovic
you're-
right now. I'll tell you that.
No, don't put this Vlahovic stuff because Vlahovic is a different story, which we'll cover actually next. But let's just talk about Brahim Diaz really quick before we move on. This guy's underrated.
Well, listen, the goal was he turned middle of the field,
Yeah.
takes his space, goes towards the 18, passes
Yeah.
to Leao. Leao, honestly, that was a hard pass from Brahim Diaz. It was behind him, so for him to pull that pass off to Benasser.
Yeah, Leao's.
I thought
Really,
that turn was
yeah.
ridiculous, but
The whole thing, the whole sequence.
the whole season. But this was also in the 4-0 game. That was Brahim Diaz was putting on a show there too. He is the real key player for Milan, or at least one of the three.
But yes, they're missing 2 key players next game, Napoli. But they're also gaining their striker back, osimhen.
And that is gonna play a big difference.
I think that, in my opinion, is 2-0 Napoli.
But I have a question. We're talking about, Brahim Diaz, obviously a key player. But I'll tell you something. Mike Maignan.
Oh, yeah, no. For Milan,
he's probably, in my opinion, right now, next to Courtois, the best goalie in the world.
Mike Maignan?
Yes.
That's a big say.
I think it's true, and I'll tell you why.
Next to Courtois,
he's now the France #1 goalkeeper. And he's been out since, October to, February with an injury. He missed the World Cup. Milan's downfall this season came to losing him.
I'm not going to fight you on that because I do kind of agree, but I think right now it's early to say, especially if all eyes are on Serie A right now, because this is our renaissance, our comeback. It could be anyway.
I hope so.
Where this is the time where the players like Maignan have to step up, these underrated players, because now, after this season, a bunch of Prem and La Liga teams are going to flood to Serie A and try to pick up these players.
Yep.
That's the true test.
Yeah,
and then they'll start to get some notice, unfortunately. That's how it works.
But one more thing, a little bit on Napoli.
No, we have to talk about how they were missing those 2 players. This result will not happen.
Yeah.
This result will not happen, you said, Marco.
Yeah.
Milan won 1-0, but when Napoli have their full team going, it's a show.
The thing is, they won't have their full team, but they're going to have the most important player in that team.
Yeah, which brings us next. What is the prediction for the second leg?
I said 2-0. You heard me. 2-0 Napoli. Which brings it to 2-1 aggregate. But
I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I'm going to go with 3-0.
Napoli, okay.
Yeah.
You know what he's going to say.
1-1.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Inter Benfica.
I watched this game. I have to say, Inter were amazing. They were amazing, and what makes me even happier is that Inter's 2 best players, 2 best Italian players, were the 2 best players on the field, Nicolo Barella and Alessandro Bastoni. Honestly, it's amazing to see these guys do well on the big stage because they could do it on Italy they can do it on Italy as well.
I mean, the result speaks for itself. 2-0 Inter. I saw the highlights. It was Inter all day. And I'm so happy that, honestly, we kind of, all 3 of us, we didn't really know who was going to be the star team. Yeah. We thought Napoli was going to be the star team for Serie A, but Inter, they put on a showcase. Yeah, even more than Milan, in my opinion.
Listen, they play ugly, right? Sometimes you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they got the job done, which is what I say. And they play typical Serie A football, but it's getting the job done somehow. And you said Benfica will put up more of a fight. I completely.
They didn't play a bad game.
This is exactly how I called it. They'll have their moments, these Portuguese teams. They do not have the ability to bulldoze even a team like Inter who's not playing that aggressive. But, also one thing. We criticize Inter's aggression lately, right? They actually played aggressive this time. They were actually putting it on Benfica. They were pressing them. They were showing no mercy on them. And look what happened. 2-0 instead of 1.
Yeah, no.
That's a perfect victory for Serie A team.
I agree. Also, what Del Piero said on CBS. He said something that I've noticed throughout the season, that Inter this year, when it counts on the big stage, they have produced. And I'll give you examples.
That is true.
No, you're right.
Against Barcelona, they didn't drop
game.
any points. Against Juve, they even pulled out a point.
Well,
they
but
beat
we
Milan. They beat Milan in the Supercoppa. They beat Milan in Serie A, and now they beat Benfica in the big stage.
We'll see if they could do it against
and Porto.
the real kings of Italy.
This is a dangerous situation for a coach like Inzaghi, because 2-0, right?
Yeah.
Next game, you know it's going to be all defending. And what happens when Italian teams always all defend? Is that one little gap.
Exactly.
Score,
No, I agree.
And they get the momentum of the other team, and what happens? Oh, Italian team sucks.
There's one plus. I'm not saying this tie is not over. Benfica are going to put out a hard game, but San Siro is San Siro.
No, exactly. That's the big
San
thing.
Siro, second leg, Inter 2-0 up.
This is the perfect resolution for Inter. Like this game went exactly how it should have been for everybody else. But all right, moving on.
No,
Just
predictions. For the
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to predict another 2-0.
Inter?
Yeah.
What about you? Alright, sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, I don't care. Go ahead. Don't take too much.
1-0 Inter. 1-0.
Listen, for
1-0?
some reason,
I
don't know why. This might be really dumb, but I'll try to get the other results in. I think it's going to be 1-0 Benfica. I think they're going to score maybe late on.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be 0-0 the whole game, but they're going to scare us. It's going to be 1-0, but that's it. It's going to be 2-1 on aggregate Inter.
Actually, wait, I might change mine to 1-0. Only because I feel like Inter's going to focus less on scoring.
Listen, I'm not saying I don't think they're going to lose. I hope they prove me wrong,
Yeah.
but anything can happen.
This could be 1-1.
Actually, that's funny.
anything
You
can
changed to 1. I want to change to 2. I think Inter will score 2.
Okay,
Score 2?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to go 2-0, 1-0, and then 1-0.
Okay.
Benfica.
All right, let's do that. Just really quick. This isn't... We have to talk about this. The City-Bayern game. What a masterclass from City. I did not see this coming.
Listen, I told you.
I thought Haaland was not going to score. They clearly bulldozed through Bayern. They did everything they were supposed to do, and Manchester City are looking really dangerous right now.
What does this say about Tuchel, though? He just comes in.
I don't
3-0
think
loss.
it's fault. I mean, I think City are just...
I mean, you can't just do a job like right away.
Yeah,
He barely had any time to prepare.
No,
for
I'm
this.
just saying, because people are criticizing, obviously,
No,
Tuchel right now
that's wrong.
because
Yeah.
But I think
comes in.
I think Man City next to Madrid are the best team in the world.
I've been saying that. Even last year, but they didn't have a striker.
but listen, I feel like Manchester City still, I don't see them winning it. I don't know why. It's just, maybe it's history, but it's... I always bet against them, and I'm always right. So I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna go through.
Don't jinx that, because this year they are strong.
They still
They
have
are
Yaya,
strong.
They still have Yaya Torre's curse on the team.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
What is that?
He cursed Pep because they didn't like each other, and he said you're never gonna win.
But
the
listen,
Champions League."
enough with the superstitions. Just logic.
I'm just saying. I think they cursed.
Listen, just logically, the way I see it is when I look at City, I see a lot of fast-paced stuff, but I see a lot of gaps in them. And I think an experienced team like Madrid, if they verse them,
I think it's
especially
Madrid,
Benzema, I think they will expose that.
But I think it's only Madrid that can
Madrid. I think Madrid's the only team.
Yeah.
That can
Though
beat
Bayern are looking weak right now, but at home, I think they could do something. I think this next leg,
So what do you say? Prediction?
I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with 2-2.
City go through.
City go through.
All right.
Damn, this is a hard one. I say 2-1 City.
2-1 City. Gab.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Bayern, but City go through.
Okay. All right. Real Chelsea.
I mean, do we have to say anything about this? It's
I
Real
went
Madrid.
with superstition on my prediction. It was probably a stupid thing to do, but Real
Madrid.
did win. Benzema's he's just scoring goals
And
left, right, and
Vinny.
center.
Guys, it's history. Come on.
Vinny's probably the best winger in the world right now.
Yeah.
It's
And
I
they're
think
probably the best
ability wise, I'm not sure, but in terms of form and in terms
form, yeah.
and the fact you can't cut out the fact that he plays with the best team in the world.
He's performing at a really high level.
And he got
is.
better than 2 years
I think
ago.
Leao's better than Vinny. If Leao played in Madrid, I think he'd
The only thing is
better.
right now, Vinny for his team is doing more than
Yeah,
the
he
rest.
is.
Oh no, of course, but that's what I say. He plays with the best, probably the best player in the world. Still, you can't. Let's be honest. Benzema's been hurt most of the year, and now he's back in form, and he's doing stuff no other player's doing.
No, you're right.
Well, he won the Ballon d'Or for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, about Madrid.
And he's 30. What? He's 36, 35.
No, he's not that old.
No, he's 30.
He's born in 87. He's 35.
I think he's 35.
He's turning 36.
Why did I think he was 33?
He's crazy. That's insane.
One thing about Madrid, though, compared to all the other teams, is that they have a crazy bench, man. They could bring on.
No, they have it all.
They're champions. Listen, I'm not a fan of them, but they win for a reason.
I'm a fan of Ancelotti, though.
They're just born to win. Even like their logo, even just everything, just just strikes fear in you. And the next game, where is it played?
Chelsea.
And Chelsea. Listen, you still can't count Chelsea out. They somehow always.
Listen, I can. So I think it's gonna be 2-0 Madrid.
2-0 Madrid.
Listen, that's my team. In the Prem, I like Chelsea.
I think Chelsea will get a goal.
But I think they're done.
Listen, I think Chelsea will get a goal. Madrid still gets it done. I'm gonna go with 3-1 Madrid.
I say 2-0, but yeah.
Gab?
2-0 Madrid.
2-0 Madrid.
So we're on the same page.
All right. Europa League, just really quick. The two games we covered.
Just really quick.
The Juve Sporting game. I'm trying my best not to really heat over this. We did get the result. we should have won by like 2-3 more goals. Allegri's an idiot. I see the lineup. I'm looking, just scrolling down. I see everything's perfect. The goalkeeper, the midfield, the defense, obviously. I see the main striker, Milik. Are you stupid? Like, really? Like this guy's useless. Like I said last week, he gets an open, like, chance. The ball literally falls right to him. What does he do? Just randomly shoots it, hits off the defender. We had more than 3 chances like that. It's ridiculous. The passes were not connecting. Our chemistry's clearly not there. We're not doing the passing drills, apparently, in training. Because the whole team looked lost. We somehow won because we have more class than Sporting. Sporting had their chances like every Portuguese team does.
You gotta thank your goalkeeper.
Yeah, oh my God, Pedino, oh my God.
And let's just... Chesney's okay. That's the important thing.
That's very important.
He had some saves too. Perin. I knew he was gonna save that. We're clearly. I'm comfortable against these Portuguese teams because they'll have their chances, but our defense is just too good. So, but still, you could let one slip. We had to be careful, and we should have scored the second goal, and we could have scored even more.
The thing about Juve, I see them play. They want to counterattack, and then they pass to the other team. They'll get the whole team goes forward. Yeah. They make that one bad pass, then they all have to defend. And it's the same thing every time.
And they try to close out the game. They had another chance in the last minute, and instead they took it to the corner.
Max Allegri's problem is
he has more than one problem.
Well, I would say his main problem.
He is a problem.
Let me tell you his main problem, what I saw from that game. First of all, let's be honest here. Juventus have the best team in Serie on paper, besides...
Only Inter could
Juve's better.
No, Juve's better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll never fight that.
But this is where it's wrong. You know, Filip Kostic, for me, is arguably one of the best wingbacks
best
in the world.
Best fullback in Serie A.
Well, wingback.
Are you crazy?
Wingback.
Did you hear about Theo Hernandez?
I forgot about him. But hey, listen.
Kostic and Cuadrado are amazing. Allegri does not know how to use them. Then you have Di Maria, Chiesa, and Vlahovic. The same thing.
Which brings me, you said Olivier Giroud was better than Vlahovic. That is clearly not true.
I said at the moment.
Well, no, not even at the moment. Vlahovic is clearly the better player, if you see. But Allegri does most of his passes. Most of the passes in the team is done in the back 3. No, 90% of the passes are not even done in the final third.
No, I agree with you.
So Vlahovic is not getting anything. He touches the ball once or twice. That's his whole game. And even with those few touches, Allegri finally does the right thing and puts him on. Genius, starting him from the bench. The second goal was caused by him. Gatti scored that, but Vlahovic headed it in. It gave the opportunity. It fell to Gatti's hands.
I agree with you. I think Vlahovic gives more than Giroud. He's only because listen. Gives more. He would give more. Sorry, he would give more than Giroud.
He would give more.
He got the service.
Giroud doesn't do that. He just comes on, creates a chance. What does Giroud do?
Giroud gets good service.
Giroud creates a lot.
He does, but his goal is to be his job as a striker is to score goals. Yes, him and Vlahovic, but I think Vlahovic offers more directly going to goal.
Okay, listen, Vlahovic is due to the fact that how Juve play. Giroud just can't score because he had chances in the Napoli game. He could not score.
What? He didn't really have a big.
He had a couple chances.
He doesn't get into the positions in my.
He doesn't even assist. Like he holds.
He doesn't assist.
No,
Giroud does so much.
In the big games against these past 2 games against Napoli, he was not part of the plays.
No, he doesn't. He's good off the ball and like.
I think you're just in love with Giroud. I think that's what you're showing.
He's a really good striker.
I think he just doesn't.
Okay. I think we're done covering Juve right now. The Roma game.
Well, no prediction.
One thing on Juve.
Well, wait. The Juve.
One thing on Juve though. I have to give Allegri credit for one thing. He's given the young players chances.
We all said this.
Gatti, though, is very...
We all said this, but he's giving them chances, but he's ruining them with this mentality he's playing. Because when you're a young player, you get these tactics drilled into you. That's the only thing you're gonna know.
No, you're right.
It's hard to break
my thing is though, it's good at least that he's giving Gatti a chance because Italy's crying for a new center back to play with.
That's true, but is it really?
Gatti looks like the guy to do it in my opinion.
But is it really? Because these players, he looked good today, but these players are looking bad. Not due because of their ability, because of how Allegri plays. And bad habits are hard to break. Bad habits are hard to break.
Just hope that
Gatti is a great player.
Of course, I'm not saying he's not a great player. He did well today. He's been doing well, but he could do even better under a better manager. This manager is incompetent.
No, you're right. Okay, prediction.
I I think Juve still win the next game 1-0.
Well, they're away, right?
They're away. I still think they're going to win 1-0.
I call it 0-0 for this game when I call it 0-0 for that one now.
Juve go through.
I say 0-0.
They're just on a different level than Sporting.
1-1.
Yeah, Juve go
All right.
through.
Yeah, Juve
Yeah,
go through.
go through.
Okay, real quick, your team.
There's nothing really to talk
the only
about.
failure this week.
There's nothing to really talk about. They play the same way every game.
They're lesser.
We get results because we get results because the other teams they're not really the best in Serie A. That's why we get results.
And
but then
because of Dybala.
Yeah, and then we come to Europa and it's like you see it. We're behind.
This is also a team
listen,
you beaten.
I agree with one thing. Mourinho, his styles, I don't like it anymore. But you think he's done. I think give him time, and it's gonna mold into something.
He has done,
but I don't like his style of play
because all of these managers from the previous era, they're all dinosaurs. They're playing the same style they're playing then.
What about Pep?
And it's not working. No, some managers adapted. Some managers adapted, and that's the sign of a good manager. But these guys are all dying off. The Mourinhos, the Allegris, they're dying off. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. Roma is just Juve without any money because they play the exact same way. They play the exact same way. You switch the coaches. Nothing's gonna change.
Right. We don't have the players.
Nothing's gonna change.
We don't have the players that you
Well,
have.
first of all, let's talk about the game a bit. It all started with our captain Pellegrini. No, before that, Dybala getting injured.
That was a big
It's
moment.
the story of the season how Dybala is always getting injured. He comes off. Yeah, we put El Shaarawy in, had a good game.
Had a great game.
You know, it's a thing that's been going on for a while. Then after that, we miss a penalty. We have a chance to go 1-0. Pellegrini this season, I really like the guy. I think he's a great player. But that's where Francesco Totti, Daniele De Rossi, they stepped up.
No,
that's where you got to step up, and he didn't. And Mourinho took him off.
Exactly.
And then second half, Feyenoord score. I knew on Thursday I predicted, not on Thursday, the other day I predicted that we were going to lose 1-0. I saw it, and then when we're down 1-0, there's no urgency to go to goal, nothing.
No, that's the thing.
But this is, like I said, it's Mourinho's fault. All these players are looking for Mourinho for an answer. Not their captain, not nothing. They're just looking at him, and he's failing them in the locker room. And I want to say one more thing. This is a team you guys beaten already, right?
Yeah,
you beaten twice, I think, in big moments. This is absolutely inexcusable. This is an embarrassment, and they're the only Serie A team to lose this week.
We have another leg. Number one. Number two, we're home. We'll see what happens.
No, we'll see.
I think we can pull it off because we're home. We've beaten this team already. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to go through. I think we're going to
go through. Listen, which brings back to the predictions. I do think Roma will go through, but this first leg just looks awful.
Bro, you don't think we know that?
No,
we live with
No,
this
I
for the
know,
past 20
but
years.
you guys always, the typical Roma fan, you fall on the, if you're doing bad, you fall on, we cheer for Roma. But if you win, you guys think it's...
No, we don't think we're the best. We think we played well.
On a positive...
Remember this, guys.
On a positive note, to give some players credit, I thought Zaleski was really good for Roma on the right side. It's not his natural position. And even though we lost 1-0, again, I have to say, Roma's 3 defenders were amazing.
No, but I want to hold on. Pellegrini, going back to what you said before, needs to step up more. Because as captain, Roma captain, I don't think he should have been chosen for Roma captain, in my opinion. Yes, he had a good season. That one season he was chosen as captain. But you have to be consistent as captain. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Have you ever heard of a captain that wasn't one of, if not the best player in the team? I'm sorry. There's
which brings me to the leadership.
Or the most important player.
But I want to say one thing, one last thing before we move on. El Shaarawy,
What a player.
He comes on, completely changes the magnitude of the game. If he had more time, he would have scored. Stop disrespecting this man. He should be in the Italian national team. He should be in the qualifiers. He should be starting for Roma.
No, he should.
He should be starting
He
for
should
Roma.
be starting for Italy. They don't have a left wing.
Yeah, exactly. This guy is magnificent. He's always been. Yeah, he had some ups and downs in his career. In terms of talent, I think he's our best for Italy right now. I think maybe there's 1 or 2 players that you could put, maybe Verratti, whatever. Not even. I wouldn't even put Verratti. I think El Shaarawy is our most talented player.
I think Mancini should just look at him and be like, "Oh, we need you." And his work rate is really. He defends too. That's
and
the thing.
Mourinho should see this too. This guy.
Oh, I'll give Mourinho credit. He's the one that.
Why is he not starting?
Would you start him over Spina?
He didn't. No, it's not that. It was
that
Dybala.
too.
You don't start. You gotta
Dybala
fit
and
it.
Pellegrini have to start together. They play really well
That
together.
too. Yeah, unfortunately.
It's for the sake of the team, but In my opinion, Abraham should have not started, and then
I'll be honest. Why not put El Shaarawy for Pellegrini? He could play almost anything.
How are you not going to start your captain?
No, it's not that.
Maybe it's time you change the captain, like you said.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's time. It's time. El Shaarawy's been there for a while. Give him the captain's armband. Why not?
No, he's not a leader.
But listen, you don't give him.
I think Mancini.
Okay, then give it to Mancini. But El Shaarawy's not given an opportunity.
I don't think Pellegrini has leadership issues. His issues are on the field.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not productive. That's his
problem. But then that's what I'm saying. Like, as a captain, you need to be the most productive player on that field. You know what I mean? Am I wrong?
No, you're not. You're not.
You need to be the most important. You need to. Look, you're the
I say
you're the
just
example.
El Shaarawy.
You're the example for your team. If you're not working hard, your team's not working hard. If you're
If
you're bad, the team's bad. You know what I mean?
You know what? We could just bleep them out.
Compare to Juve's captain is Danilo. Milan's captain is Theo. These guys, they play very good, and that's not happening with Pellegrini.
I think it's due to the manager, but okay, let's do these quick predictions. Fiorentina, Atalanta.
Wait, hold on. Prediction Roma. I say 1-1, then to extra time. I think, I don't know. Maybe in extra time they win it. Maybe a goal, 2-1.
I say Roma win 2-0. The Stadio Olimpico's a big stadium. They're going to deliver.
They can even go to penalties.
This is the team that came back from Barcelona after
that was a whole different team.
But listen,
our captain,
you guys know yourself. I'll back you up this. Roma's fans are some of the best fans in the world, not just Serie A.
Thank you. We know
they're gonna bring that atmosphere in.
Yeah, of course.
Gab.
It's hard, but I'm gonna say 2-0.
Okay, same as me.
So I said 2-1.
All right. Okay, Fiorentina Atalanta is a tight game. How do you see this happening?
Serie A, right?
Serie A.
Well, before, let's give a quick shout out. Fiorentina won 4-1 in their Conference League.
Yeah, which I was going to get into.
Form.
But I think Fiorentina wins this 2-1. Actually, 3-2.
Well,
against Atalanta?
Listen. We know Bologna beat Atalanta. We understand that. But this is Atalanta we're talking about. Yes, Fiorentina's having a good season. But I can see a draw. I can see a high-scoring draw. Not that high, but 2-2. 2-2? I think so. I can see that.
Yeah, you might sway me there.
Yeah, because they're both having good seasons. But Atalanta, you can't write them off.
Atalanta's going to win this 2-1 because Fiorentina are tired from their game and Atalanta have no European competition this year.
True.
Atalanta also are extremely angry after what happened last week, so they have something to prove. Yeah. I'm going to change my prediction. I'm going to go with a draw, too. I'm going to go with... I don't want to say the same as you, but I actually do see a 2-2. Yeah. Okay. Roma Udinese, real quick.
We're home.
And Udinese is 10th.
They lost to them 4-0 this year.
Listen, there's not much to say. You really can't say much about Roma. It's the same thing in and out. I think 1-0 Roma.
I was going to say that, too. I was going to say El Shaarawy comes on off the bench if he doesn't start 1-0.
Yeah, I say 1-0.
Gab?
2-0 Roma.
2-0.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. My team, Sassoulo Juve.
Not much to say about them either.
That's a classic game.
That is, though.
You guys always have crazy games with them. And
And listen.
They're not that bad either.
You know, this is tough because Juve, for some reason, will always have a high-scoring game with some, schmuck team. Listen, I'm going to go with 2-1 Juve.
Oh, man, I was going to say that. I say 2-1 too, honestly.
Yeah.
3-1.
3-1. For who?
Juve.
For who?
Just making sure. Inter Monza.
Listen, this is Inter written all over it. If they don't win this, it's a big problem because the way they played against Benfica. But that's their problem. They're inconsistent.
I see a draw, honestly, a 1-1 draw again.
Really? I don't know. I see 3-0 Inter.
Yeah? 3. What makes you think they're going to score that much?
I don't know. It's just because they have those type of games sometimes. You know what I mean? And they're also coming off a hot streak with Benfica. Who knows? They might be feeling themselves and play well.
Gab?
You don't really know with this one, but I think 2-0 Inter. Yeah.
Napoli Verona. Right off the bat, I'm just going to say Napoli win 3-1.
I don't know about this. Oh, wait, is Osimhen back for this game or next game?
Yeah, he's back.
He's back. 3-1. I'm just saying.
I say 2-0.
2-0, Gab.
2-0.
2-0. All right, last one. Bologna Milan.
I mean,
this one could be an upset.
I think
Yeah.
I was about to say that because they're not gonna play their I don't think they're gonna play their full team.
I think this is 2-1 Bologna. Honestly, I think this is.
I was just about to say that. Bro.
I said Bologna scores.
Yeah.
But I think this is what's gonna happen. I think Milan's gonna score first. Oh, blah blah blah. 1-1, then 2-1, and then Matteo comes screaming.
1-1.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm either leaning towards a draw or for Bologna.
We have so many of the same.
Yeah, you know what it is like.
It's hard to predict.
It's with 3, yeah. But okay. Huh. I can see Bologna winning this game, but you know what? I don't think Milan are. They're gonna try to look good. I'm gonna go for 1-1.
Well, you said 1-1.
And
You said 1-1.
yeah. By the way, Lazio just beat Spezia 3-0, and Immobile scored.
I don't really care though.
They're in second place.
You know what? I'll go with Milan winning actually 1-0. I'll go with Milan
Love to
winning.
change.
Yeah, no, it's worth a try. I'm gonna say Milan 1-0.
No, but yeah, Lazio second place.
They're in second place by 9 points, so Lazio's pretty much got
Well,
second secure.
we should
crazy.
be in that spot.
Bro, that's crazy.
Oh yeah,
I never thought I'd see this.
By the end of this month, apparently Juventus find out if they get their 15 points. If that's the case, and Juve get their points, it's gonna be Napoli first, Juve second, Lazio third, Roma fourth.
I'm okay with that.
Roma fourth, but Inter Milan are right.
Hopefully we get those points back, but I could see something come out of this is we wouldn't try as much in Europa League, which we definitely should. We should try to get that win.
One more game on the Europa League. Just a quick shout out. United and Sevilla. United were up 2-0 and they 2 own goals in the last 3 minutes. Sevilla
Listen,
now are in that tie.
The joke writes itself, Maguire. That's all I gotta say. The joke
kind
writes
of felt
itself.
bad. He
Pathetic.
got pretty unlucky.
But that's just pathetic that you let that happen.
But that's just the story of his
and
life.
you're the captain, and this happened consistently.
He was captain. Damn, that's crazy.
That's even worse than Pellegrini.
I mean, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Who do you guys got going through on that?
I still have United going through.
Sevilla is the Madrid of Europa.
Yeah.
So
wait.
The next leg is in Sevilla.
Oh, the next leg's in Sevilla? Sevilla 2-1, man.
No, I say 1-1. Then penalties.
Yeah.
I say Sevilla takes it. 1-1, then penalties, Sevilla takes it.
Gab?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
I think Sevilla scores in the last minute 2-1.
I think...
Sevilla's Madrid.
This is so hard because Sevilla are horrible this season.
That's the thing, yeah.
They're really bad. They're almost getting relegated.
But, bro, they show up in Europa. That's the thing. They're like Madrid. They don't do well in La Liga.
They're the Madrid of Europa.
United have been really good this season, but I agree. I think Sevilla's going to win 1-0.
So we all got Sevilla going through.
But I say penalty, so it's all different.
I got Sevilla going through,
yeah.
You say last minute, you say 1-0.
So you give you bonus points for the penalties?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we should comment.
Yeah, let us know if we should get bonus points.
Let's rack up all the points so far. I don't know.
I really don't know how many I have. I think
we'll do that next episode. We'll do that next episode. All right, closing in. This is Calcio Worldwide. Subscribe, like if you enjoyed the content, share with your friends. Tune in. We're also on TikTok and on Instagram. The links on our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.
Hope you enjoyed the video.
Peace.
See!